In this video, I'm going to show you guys the hidden costs of used equipment. This is a Caterpillar 930 loader. At this point in time, it's about 40 years old, and that's super crazy to me because I just bought it. It's one of the newer pieces of equipment that are sitting around my yard. So new loaders of similar sizes run from $200,000 to $500,000, and that seems like a lot of money when compared to the used price of one of these, which ranges between $15,000 and $40,000. But let's not forget that the cost of maintenance, parts, and repairs can quickly add up to over the market value of the machine once you get to this age. So right around the time I was debating buying the machine off of my dad, who had previously purchased it a couple years earlier and then retired, it was blowing sparks and white smoke billowing out of it. And that made us think that maybe there was something wrong with the head gaskets. You know, usually when your head gaskets are slipping, you start seeing white smoke billowing out of your exhaust. And sure enough, we were losing coolant, so it was time to take it apart. I decided to tackle this project, which was a little bit over my skill set, by hiring a mechanic who knew what he was doing to come out and kind of guide myself and Mike in the process of replacing head gaskets and doing what needs to be done on the motor so that it's operational for many more years to come. So when we took it apart, the initial assessment revealed one or two problems that were immediately noticeable.
So this is a plate that runs between the top and lower half of the motor, and it's just used for clamping pressure. That's basically all it's for. So it's slightly imperfect. There's a bit of minor damage at one corner. So this is the top end here. One of the cylinders basically had coolant in it, and that's where it was leaking out of. So gaskets need to be redone. What we're also going to do is we're going to bring this to a machine shop and get them to re-flatten it, and then they can have a look at it and make sure there's no stress cracks or anything going on in this. At that point, we'll know whether it's worth putting it back together or not. So that's happening next week. The loader's going to be down for a bit, and that's fine. That's just the way it goes sometimes, I guess, when you own heavy machinery. We've made ourselves a to-do list in the meantime. So we've got all sorts of things we're going to be working on. Clean it, filters. There's a little pump here that we use to prime the fuel. That thing has been leaking, which is why this side of the motor is just grungy. So we'll replace that part, clean the motor off. It's stuck in second gear right now. The heater core is down. We're gonna try and get access to it, see what's wrong with it. Probably replace it while we have everything apart. Pretty decent to-do list. Well, welcome to Canada. It snows in the winter. With all this weather that's coming down, I'm gonna need some new chains for it as well. So I'm going to the city. This is the top of the motor. I've got it all packaged up for shipping, and I'm gonna bring that to the city and get that looked at tomorrow. It's been snowing quite a bit. As you can see, the snow is starting to build up here. So hopefully the drive goes smoothly, and then we'll get all the pieces that we need. This isn't looking good for road conditions. I mean, when the semis pull off the road, then you know it's not good. Roads are not good. I'm about halfway. I'm gonna have to slow down a bit here. There's either a truck in the ditch or there's trucks are chaining up. I'm not sure what's going on here. We have a section of black ice here. Now we've got some pile up going on. One semi tried to pass the other semi and then he spun out. Now he's just backing up. Make some space for him because he needs to get himself parked somewhere. Don't much like backing down a highway. Got past the semi there. Looks like he's just gonna need a tow truck to get out. We've arrived in the city. I can do all my shopping errands now. But the drive that normally takes me 3 hours took me 4 hours this morning. So, roads were not great. But also, I've had worse. Where's all the snow gone? There's no snow in this city. As soon as I got here, there's like 0 snow. It's weird. All right, just like that, I'm done. I got the spacer plate. It's right here. It's not that big, is it? That was easy. Spacer plate. I've got chains in the back. Impulse bought these bucking pants as well. Why not? And now I'm out of things to do until 1 o'clock, where I get the radio installed in this truck. I've never been out this way before. I've been to this city many times. I didn't even know this place was out here. Went to a store called Union Tractor. There was a ton of open space in there, like everything was 20 feet apart. There was basically nothing stocked. There was one guy working. Oh, it lets you know how tractors are doing this time of year. Probably not very busy. I've got the weight at the back of the truck just to give myself better traction here. So we've got weight behind the tires, so it should give us decent traction even in 2-wheel drive. So I picked up the top of the motor. They re-flattened it off and they cleaned it up, and it's in good shape, so everything is good there. It was slightly twisted. They said it was a little bit twisted, so it's a good thing we did clean it up. I brought it in on a pallet, one that I made, and I guess somebody just stole it. They just stole the pallet from outside. So yeah, weird. So I have the block, so we're good to go. We can put it back together maybe tomorrow or the next day, so stay tuned for that. I just gotta get it back to Velma. So we're just gonna put some parts back together on this thing, and then we'll have the top end rebuilt. It's basically been flattened. It's nice and true now, so we can put it back together with all the pieces. So let's get right into that. That's a pretty clean top of the motor there. I'm very tempted to spray paint it. Some unusual color right now, but time constraints. We gotta get back to work. Motor is put back together. Look at that shiny filter there. Moment of truth. Okay. So we're gonna try and fire it up. There's no floor in the cab at this point because we haven't put it back in yet. But we don't need a floor to start it. See if the battery is still working. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna glow it a little bit here. We might need to prime it. Oh yeah, we'll need to prime it. So second attempt. Give it a good glow. We've got it primed up now. Didn't take yet. Sounds quite a bit louder to me, which is good, I guess. GoPro went through the motor. Slow-mo footage.